Excellent. All right. Well, I want to give a big shout out to each and every one of you guys for being here. Some new faces and some familiar faces. And I'm super grateful that you've jumped in. So you are viewing and joining into the Start Rebels Zoom Room virtual meeting. We are Start Canada. We do have, I'm not sure if there's anyone else on here tonight from any of the other countries, but primarily we are the Canadian crew who represent Start Canada of company of Isagenix. And just to state that what you're going to hear on this call here tonight is some information about some amazing transformations, as well as some incredible stories about people who have changed their lives financially. We do not make any claims to prevent, cure, treat, or diagnose any illness or disease. And as well, we make no claims as to, how much weight a person could lose, how quickly, how much muscle you could gain. Everyone's story is different. Everyone's body is unique. And basically, you'll get out of it what you put into it. But we have amazing top-of-the-line nutritional products that help a body cleanse itself naturally and absorb amazing nutrition. And as well, there's also a financial opportunity attached to that because our mission, our vision is to help heal people physically and financially, and in the process, create the world's largest health and wellness company on the planet. So on that note, I would love to, again, just give you guys a big shout out and say thank you to each and every one of you guys for being here. So how many of you are pretty excited about sharing Isagenix, but know that there's always room for improvement and growth with how you're reaching out to your people? Anyone agree with that? Awesome. And how many of you would just love it if every time you got to a call or got to listen to someone else who's sharing, that you would be able to take away at least one really great nugget that could really transform things for you? Would you love that? Cool. Well, that's what we're here to do, and that's why this call has been created. So this, as I said, is the Start Rebels Zoom Room call. It's every Sunday night, 8 o'clock. Ideally 30 minutes, but typically we go about 40 minutes, which is okay. And but everyone always has some great takeaways. The purpose of this call is so that you guys can get to know one another, that we can pull people together in different provinces, different cities, so that you can figure out who everyone is, what your different stories are, how you can support with the one team mentality, and really share and promote your events, your different things that you're doing, and for us to all be able to continue to grow and share, giving this beautiful gift of Isagenix. So thank you again for being here. I just wanted to touch base on, before we get into the content of tonight's call, I just wanted to share with you, Scott couldn't be here tonight, Scott Huron, but he just gave me an update. I was asking him about him, and many of our Start people have been working really diligently to collect cards. I know that we've all been donating gift cards as well as cash to GoFundMe for our teammates and families and our Canadian families in Fort McMurray. So he let me know that we're looking at about $6,300 in total raised, which is awesome. Whoop, whoop. Raise the roof on that one, you guys. That's awesome. And sending the final batch off on Tuesday, 9 families have already been delivered to so far. So that's pretty exciting. That on top of, what Isagenix is so generously donating for our families, that's pretty sweet. That really, just really adds fuel to our fire as far as what it is that we're doing with Isagenix. We are about contribution first and foremost, so that's incredible. So tonight's call is super exciting. All right, a little bit of a different format tonight. So we've got 2, well, actually 3, because I think Steve might come on and help Laura out here a little bit. 2 incredible speakers. So I'm going to introduce you to our first speaker. So Sabrina is a lovely young woman. Every time I spend time with this girl, I always have a hoot, a ton of fun, great conversation, heart to heart. She just lights up every room that she enters. She just has a heart of gold. And she is from Brampton, Ontario. She's 28 years old. I want to say, I think your manager, but I think you might have rank advanced since then. But she started Isagenix in 2014. She can share where she's at. A year and a half ago, she started. So she is an early childhood educator. Some interesting facts about Sabrina is she is a 3-time champion cheerleader. Pretty cool. Small business owner in the fashion industry. And she's going to share with you a little bit more about that sparkly topic in a second. And an interesting fact about Sabrina Sancic is that she was top 100 in Canadian Idol season 3. So on that note, I'm going to pass it over to the lovely and talented Sabrina Sancic so she can share some of her amazing hints and tips as to how we can build our businesses more effectively. Love you, girl. It's all yours.
Yay. Thank you so much, Tinya. Thank you, every single person, for being here. I love jumping on these calls and touching base with everybody, and I love getting to know everyone. So just thank you for being here on this Sunday night. First and foremost, before I get started in the content, is I like to share my story, so my 30-second story. And so, of course, my name is Sabrina, and before Isagenix, I was extremely tired. I was exhausted. I was depressed. I was in a really bad state in my life, and I was overweight. I was a newlywed, of course, and with newlywed, there comes newlywed weight gain, and it got worse and worse. And I love my husband, but I went from, doing back handsprings to a bag of chips every day. And a part of me was kind of missing. I was no stranger to the stage. And then I became this person that I didn't even want to see a stage, which kind of scared me. So it was actually a friend of mine that introduced me to Renata Beyondich, who introduced me to the Isagenix system. And I started off with a 30-day pack. And not only within the first 10 days, I started to get that magic back into me. My husband started to get his wife back. My mom got her daughter back. My brother got his sister back. And the kids in the classroom got their teacher back. And of course, I was living this life of sparkle, because I'll show you, I do bling work on shoes and accessories. And I was helping people sparkle on the outside, but I didn't feel very sparkly on the inside. So a part of me was kind of missing. But once I kind of, started to do, the pounds and inches started to melt off, that magic started to happen, and that sparkle in me physically came back. And within my first 30 days, I lost a total of 28 pounds and 32 inches. So that was a massive, massive accomplishment for me. And plus, I look awesome. Like, I feel awesome. This confidence in me, I want to show myself off to the world. And it's just like, it's amazing. So, of course, I got started by a friend just being like, reaching out to me randomly because she knew I was having a tough time. And she said, I want to help you. And I generally felt that help. It was just the way that she said it. She's like, I don't want to cry, and I know this might be embarrassing, but I want to help you. I'm going to introduce you to this person. Her name is Renata, and she's going to tell you about this program. And I'm like, okay, sure. And so within the first 5 minutes, I was in tears, and I decided to just go for it because Renata presented me with information that pertained to me. And of course, she asked me a lot of questions. And one thing that she did do was she asked me, she's like, tell me about you. And I'm like, okay, I'll tell you about me. And of course, I'm like telling her all this stuff. And she's like, okay. So she introduced me to stuff that, was pertaining to me. And I'm kind of like a weirdo. Like, I was just like, you know what, just shut up and take my money, whatever I got to do. I'm just going to take a leap of faith here. But since then, of course, when I started to get those results, people were like, what are you doing? And right off the bat, we all know we don't want to be like, it's Isagenix, baby, and this is what we're doing. And it's just like, then people are like, okay, I can Google this myself and find that. But what we have to understand is everybody's got a different purpose, a different story, a different why, want different results, want different outcomes. So it's our job to actually be that detective by asking those questions. Key questions. And we are professional conversationalists, if that's even a word. Having a conversation with a person, you want to make sure that you're asking questions, but you're actively listening. You want to listen to everything. And asking those questions like, I'm really interested in this weight loss thing you got going on. Can you tell me more information? Yeah, I'd love to tell you some more information. Can I actually ask you what your goals are? And if they say, I just want to lose 30 pounds. Okay, great. So I'm going to send you some information of how I lost the 30 pounds, but only pertaining to that specific information. If you say, hey, go to isaproduct.com, they're going to see 9-day, they're going to see President's Pack, they're going to see other videos and other tabs, they're going to have no idea where to go. So sometimes when you just guide them just to the right information, chances are they're going to get clouded if they see everything else and they're zoning in on one solution, and that's pertaining to them. It's them saying to you that I don't want to lose weight, I just need to be a little bit more healthy, or I need more energy. Great, the energy pack, right? You show them products like that. And then there's some people that have come to me and said, I don't want to do a whole program, but I want to try the products. And you kind of ask them, well, what's your life like? What kind of job do you have? Or like, are you stressed out at work? Do you feel like you're always busy? You're on the go? Well, I travel a lot. Great. So let me show you how you can actually have this on the go. Giving them a canister of a shake instead of packets. They can't take the canister on the plane with them, but the packets they can. So you're basically trying to think about these things for them. And showing them stories and leaders and info that pertain to them, specifically the leaders. If someone says, I really want to get started, but I'm in a really bad place in my life, and I just don't have the money, or I don't have the belief in myself. Sometimes researching some of the leaders, and I always say to people, know your leaders, know people in your colleagues and stuff. Maybe they can actually guide and show the way and kind of relate to them in a way. Well, if that person can do it and is going through the same thing as me, maybe I can too. If they're a mom, like, you should definitely be introducing somebody who is also a mom, right? I'm not a mom, but I'm a mom during the day to 10 children. But when there's a full-time mom, introducing them to someone like that, like Renata, who's a busy mom of 3, or someone who's an athlete, or someone who's a teacher. Like, okay, I'm going to introduce you to Jason, who's a teacher, and he can tell you all about how this fits in between classes and whatnot. So it's just finding out those different key things that pertain to them. Just giving them all the information and blah, 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 blah is really not going to help them. And when you kind of tell you their goals, I really want to make a change for myself. I really want to, feel the best. I want to lose 100 pounds, whatever. I plug the IsaBody Challenge like it's nobody's business. The IsaBody Challenge is one of the most underutilized tools that we have access to. And I think every single person is like, I really want max results. Okay, great. Let's get you. This is what we're going to do. That is a key line that I say to everybody. This is what we're going to do. We're going to enter you in the IsaBody Challenge, and we're going to get you going this way. Okay? Because as soon as you kind of guide them with you, and tell them, I'm also in the IsaBody Challenge. Like, have you seen Jason's, like, IsaBody Challenge number whatever? And it's just like, the guy's just getting better and better. And I'm just like, wow, like, dude. And then you've got other people that are like, they keep going. And it's not just one-time thing. It's going and going and going, right? Get specific on what it is that they want, right? IsaBody Challenge. Okay, great. They need more energy for the next month. Let's see if they need greens, if they need this. These are the kind of things that will also keep momentum going in your team. You want that momentum going. Of course I want people to join with me, but IsaBody Challenge, you have a commitment of somebody of 4 months, not 30 days, 4 months. Right? So let's go, right? Let's keep going. And you want them to stay with you, right? And also, you generally want to help people. All of us here in this room have one thing in common is that we all want to help people, whether that be physically, financially, emotionally, being that support system for somebody, nutritionally. There's so many different things, right, that we're trying to help people, and you want to be genuine in your responses. I can't even stress that enough, just because saying to them, oh, okay, this doesn't exactly pertain to them. They don't feel that connection with you, and chances are they're not going to continue in trust with you, because we are building professional relationships. Another thing that I would touch upon is whenever you hear somebody say, I don't want to lose weight, but I do want to try the products. Again, Isagenix is not just weight loss. It's not. Majority of the time, people are kind of stressing that it is. But for those people like me who work in an ECE, Miss Sabrina's got her Joy Juice, Ionic Supreme, every day in her cup. And the kids know in the center, when Miss Sabrina has her Joy Juice, Miss Sabrina is happy, right? And that pertains to ECEs. This is not just ECs, but cops and paramedics and people who have high pressure jobs are always on the go. It's such a key product. Know about those things, right? And I don't necessarily need to lose any more weight, but I do know the purpose of each product that I know can help certain people. And when I see a mom stressed out saying, oh my God, my kids didn't sleep last night, I'm like, I always have a bucket of like little goodies. I'll be like, here's a Ionix, take that at work, like thank me later. And of course they'll be like, what is that? I felt kind of calm. Or sometimes people won't say anything at all. But at least genuinely just care it. I don't say give it out to every single person. But at least they know that the love is there. Another objection that people are always kind of getting, and it's for us to kind of like search for those, is I can't afford it. And that's when you ask the questions like, before they say I can't afford it, ask what do you typically spend in a day on food, if you don't mind me asking. Oh, well, I go to Tim Hortons and I buy a bagel and a coffee, and at lunchtime sometimes I'll bring like maybe something from home, maybe not, if I don't like it. And it's like, okay, great. So, you're spending about $5 or maybe $10 for lunch, or $7 at Tim Hortons. Awesome. Well, what if I can tell you, you can actually save some money on this program? And they're like, oh, okay, cool. You price it up for them, right? You price it up in the sense that you're not necessarily doing the work for them, but you're educated. You know what you're talking about. And you're kind of, you're expecting it. Okay, that's the word. You're expecting them to kind of come back at you with that. And then, of course, if they still back off saying, I'm going to do it the all natural way, awesome. You're going to have chicken and salad from Sobeys. That's great. Like, good for you. But is Sobeys going to give you $200 in chicken and salad at the end of 4 months for the results that you pertained? No, not really. Oh, okay. So let me show you how you can actually keep up your results for free, like for a nice, good $200 worth of products. So ultimately, you're just finding different ways to answer their questions without obviously sounding rude, but just giving them the information, because knowledge is power, right? And cravings is another thing that I always want to touch upon. Asking the questions when people say, I can't do that kind of stuff. Like, I have a really bad sweet tooth. Or you ask them, where do you find you struggle with nutrition? And people will like, do you really like chips? Are you into the cake and ice cream? You're thinking sweet, salty, all those things. And they're like, oh, you know what? I love the sweets. Tell me your favorite dessert. Then you're building that conversation, right? And of course you don't want to make them crave apple pie or anything, but that now they have that sweet tooth. Or they're like, I love chocolate cake. Okay, awesome. Any type of chocolate cake. Okay, I love caramel. Or hopefully they kind of hit on those bugs. But you can say, okay, well, can I make a suggestion? And wait for them to say, yeah. Okay, well, I know you really like the sweets, but you can actually have like little cookies. There's chocolates. The shakes are like milkshakes. They're fantastic. I think this would actually really work for you, since you're going to kind of give you your satisfaction to those cravings without the guilt. If they're like, oh, I'm really into salt, well, then you're like, sea salt caramel chocolates, let's go. Whey thins, let's do it. All right. And not only that, it's like your chicken, you do need to have some Himalayan pink salt on it. Like, this is not a no salt free zone. You just got to be creative, right? And another thing that I like to do with people that are with me, especially in the IsaBody Challenge that I'm coaching along, is I like to share recipes. Get creative with your stuff, like bake. I don't know, like whatever you want to do. I make chicken with Ionic Supreme. And people are like, wow, how'd you do that? And post it and share it with your team. So then that way they can share it with their team. And that's because some people will say, you know what, I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of that. I need to change up my palate. Great. On a Saturday morning, why don't you have protein pancakes instead of, just a shake? Like, you're still getting your nutrients and everything, but just get creative, right? Like, this is all about fun. This is a fun business. We're all here to help each other. And I mean, if you want to reach out to me and say, hey, Sabrina, I have somebody that's like, they are just so sick of the shakes. What can I do? Okay, well, like, let me show you how you can protein powder cookies. And like, let's send them that. Because we want them to be successful. In your business, and you want to make sure that you're finding those key points to help people, because in the end of the day, we're here to help people and share the information. I'm gonna kind of wrap it up because I know that we still got another speaker on the go and I kind of got carried away, so I apologize. But thank you so much for letting me share all of my stuff. Thanks, Tinya.
Thank you. Are you kidding me? That was awesome. Great information. I love that you plugged the IsaBody Challenge because I think that is so valuable on so many levels. It's valuable because it really does give people, like you said, it's that support system and accountability. And, you know, when people work towards a goal like that and it's about maintaining, they stick around. And, you know, the whole idea is to pay it forward, right? And when people get results and feel amazing and get free food, like you said, they want to keep eating it for free. So that's the beautiful thing about it. So thanks, Sabrina. You guys give it up for Sabrina. Whoop, whoop. Can
nice.
we do a share? Can you guys do a share? Any takeaways? What were some of the takeaways? What was an aha for you from what Sabrina had shared there? Throw something out at me here or throw it in the chat.
Keep asking questions.
Yeah, for sure.
Get into details.
Exactly.
It's all about them.
Key point, right, guys?
Ask a question and then pause and wait for them to answer first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Erin. Yeah. Yeah, that's where it's really key because it's actually makes it more fun, more interesting, and it's good for us because you don't have to know a ton of information because we have the tools. But you can't share the tools or the information until you know what it is that they're looking for. And one thing I found really valuable is to start taking notes of the conversations because you know it's not one conversation. Ideally, that they're going to be like, yes, okay, here's my credit card. There's going to be a series of conversations. So when you take notes each time you have a conversation with them, then you're going to have, you know, because again, if they're 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, and perhaps they're, you know, they're struggling a little bit or something like that, you can refer back to the notes and say, hey, remember when you started, you told me that you really wanted to get to this place because of how amazing it would make you feel to know that you play with your kids more effectively, or, you know, because you really wanted to, you're sick and tired of being in this place. I know you're on your way there, and I know it's a bit of a roadblock right now, but let's hang tough on this because I know you deserve to move past this and that you can, right? So keeping all of those things in mind as far as helping them with that piece too. Great. Any other shares, you guys, from what Sabrina had said? All right. All right. Feel free to keep chatting in the chat, you guys. We're going to move on here. So I now have the pleasure of introducing this awesome couple, Laura and Steve. I've had the chance to speak with Laura on the phone a couple of times now, and I think we probably could have talked like all day. Great conversation. And so Laura Elliot and her husband, Steve, they're living in St. John's, Newfoundland, but they're moving to Edmonton soon. I think she said in about 5 or 6 weeks. And she's going to share with you a little bit more about her story, how long she's been with Isagenix. She's had an incredible transformation. I was looking through some of her pictures, and the woman I see on the screen here is not the woman that I saw in the pictures. That's where a lot has changed. And I know that they've had an incredible journey, and the fire and the passion that you hear from her is totally magnetic and infectious, and I can't wait because you guys are going to just be like awake after this call, I promise. So, Laura, I'm going to pass it over to you, my friend.
Can you hear me, guys? Because I think all you guys are cutting out.
We can hear you.
Okay. Tina, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, it's me. I'm from Newfoundland. Hi, Trevor, Jen. I have a few friends, I think, from Edmonton that is on here also, and Glenna. It's nice to see you guys on. It is pretty late here. It's getting around 10 o'clock, so I'm going to try to talk about a few things that I've wrote down. But anyway, here it goes. So my husband's military, and I have been running a home-based business for a long time, maybe 10 years, because I kind of come up with my own stuff to do because I travel so much. But I have always struggled with my weight for years and years and years. Since I was 20 years old. So I went through, you name it. But I've found a couple people that was on Facebook doing these different things, and I just keep watching them and try to get the nerve to contact one of them one day. And so I did. And then I had to come here. So her name was Robin. Unreal. This person is unreal. She's changed my life to the better, me and my husband, my whole family, actually. So it's not just me that is on the Isagenix. It's Steve and my son as well. We all have transformed our life, become healthier, not only just weight, energy, muscle building. So it's been there for us since October 31st, actually. So it's almost 6 months right now. But I started back in October, and I said, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. So I've tried so many things. So what have I got to lose to try something else? So I did. I kicked the bucket and jumped in. And it literally, emotionally, physically changed my life, my family's life. And I'm so grateful. I don't know if I'm going to tear up here now or not, but anyway.
Is you gotta go in it?
Hey Trevor, it is. It totally changed my life. I can't. Are you still there? Because a bad connection is showing up on my computer. Okay. So I want to speak about a few things. First of all, I want to thank Tinya for having me here tonight and to get to meet some people, awesome people. And Trevor, I don't know where I'd be without you and Jen. Really, you've helped me in so many different ways. Steve, you want to sit down? I'm just going to get Steve in here so we can speak about a few things. Trying to get the dog situated here so they don't bark. So here, first of all, I want to speak about, I guess, how it's changed my life and how I've learned about it. I first come across my friend, like I said, Robin, and I jumped in aboard. And I start October 31st. And my hubby, which is Steve, totally didn't agree with any kind of shakes. So he was very skeptical of it, as well as me. And he just watched me. Distance. And I said, you know what, if I don't like it, that when I try something, business-wise, health-wise, and whatever. But so he watched me for about, I guess, 4 weeks or so, and I think he kind of got jealous. So I started taking some of my shakes, and I kind of got upset a couple times, but he started to take a shake here and there. And my first month, I lost a nice bit of, I think it was 24 pounds, and I think it was 19.5 inches. Somewhere around, no, that was the first week, 31.5 inches my first month. So I knew then, actually my first 5 days, I knew that Isagenix was the best decision I ever made in my life. It was, I think it was 10.5 pounds my first week and 19.5 inches. So, but it is different for everybody. I can't say what each and every one is going to be different. So, but it has changed my life and my hobbies as well, and my son's. First of all, like Robin, for me, is been there 100%. She is life, and not only my own, helped me transform mommy. Been doing Isagenix since for 6 months now. I love to inspire others. People. I never advertised anything. They seen the difference in me. They seen the difference in my personality, my weight, my energy. So they always said, my goodness, she must be on something. And I'd laugh and giggle, and, I carry on. And I kind of say, well, they say, well, I was at work. What are you making there? Or what are you taking? And I'd explain a few things, and, oh, right, I see. And some would say, oh, it's the same old stuff. And, And, one big question that every person would ask would be, what happens if you do stop Isagenix? And at first I didn't really know how to answer that, but now I do. Like, I think the big thing for me is I would come back and say to them, if you had something that would give you energy, would help stabilize your stress, give you exactly what you need in your body to maintain your weight, to lose weight, pretty much transform your body, would you stop it? And they would stop and think, well, probably not. I said, well, that's your answer right there. So, and they asked me, would I continue to do it? And I said, absolutely. If I don't do it 2 shakes a day, I guarantee it'll be 1 for the rest of my life. So I cannot say that. I say to them, I said, like, would you stop it? No. And they would come back with the answer no. So that would be a little tip for someone that when they come to you and ask you that would be something you could probably say to someone, would you actually stop it? It's something that you would relate that train. But that's one thing, that a little tip that I would give. Another thing is too that, when you're helping other people, I enjoy helping other people. I see when you get someone that was really interested in Isagenix and they come up to you and then they join and you get them together and you explain about the products and they're so excited. It's just like Christmas and I get so excited with them and they start crying. I'm start crying. I'm so excited to help them transform their life, feel like she feels, right? So, and then we're sitting down talking and crying and going through the products and then like 3-4 days later, they can't control what they feel, and they get so excited talking about themselves and seeing the transformation in their own body. I mean, that for me is like a drug. Like, I love to see smiling faces that I know that it's helping somebody else change their life also, as mine. Let me see what else I can talk about. Another, like I said, we're military, so we travel around quite a bit. So with this Isagenix too, you can spread the seed, spread the love, spread the gift anywhere. So regardless of where you are, you can spread the love. I have people in Edmonton right now just ready to join. I don't know if she's on here tonight, that she's really, really considering joining. Linda, if you hear me, I'm telling you now, it's the best decision you'll ever make in your life. I can't wait to see you in about a week and a half. Anyway, but like in Ontario, people call me from Ontario, and people watch you on Facebook through Texas. But, Facebook is a huge thing. Inspire people every day. Put on something there that, tell them how you feel, tell them how you have accomplished and how you've, what would be the word, how you transformed your life. I mean, you don't have to talk about Isagenix. This is, it's about you helping somebody else, and they want to see the glow in you. So they're going to ask you. I just had someone call me the other day that's been watching. I'm ready. So, and I'm laughing inside thinking, I told you, didn't I? I told you. Yeah. So she calls me back and she's doing fabulous. And, that for me brings joy to my soul, knowing that I can help somebody else, feel what I feel.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask you a question, Laura?
Yeah.
I was just going to ask, so I'd love to hear from Steve. Steve, could you pipe in? Would you mind sharing from a man's perspective, how this has benefited you personally, and then what you guys see this doing for you guys as a family moving forward? I'm throwing you under the bus, buddy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
You must have heard the sentence, happy wife, happy life. Well, there you go.
Okay.
I'm skeptical with the shakes. I was back in October. When she come to me with this, I said, whatever, try whatever you want to do. I don't care. And within a couple of weeks, there was a change, sneaking some snacks, sneaking the bars, getting in trouble here and there. And then I started feeling the change in me as well. anyway, I don't know. I jumped on the system back in November. I've lost 35 pounds. I don't know how many inches. I'm a big guy anyway, but I tell you, what a difference. And also, I like to talk about from a spouse's point of view. I know when you look around the room and you go to events, a lot of it is women involved and not a lot of men. But when you're there as a spouse, the men that are there, they seem to flock to you. They come to you. And it's almost like they're an eye-opening. They look at you and they say, so you're involved. And when I start talking to them, tell them I'm 100% involved. I support her 100%, 200% mostly. I'm involved. I'm sharing the stories. I'm telling my story now. I'm using the products. It is, oh my God, unbelievable what happens. We've had people come to the house. She has ladies come to the house. How many times do they bring house? A lot, most of the time. Because how she starts talking, I'm there, and I start telling people how they look at you in a different light.
You still there?
Kind of frozen.
Come on, PJ.
Hello?
Laura, can you hear me? I'm here still.
PJ's
Okay.
time.
Oh, Paula, can you mute yourself, please? I got you. It's okay. Okay, Laura, go ahead. Steve, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you for sharing. Was there anything else you wanted to add to that before you got cut off there?
Yeah, there is something. I found too that there was a lot of people just recently, actually. I think maybe 3 or 4 of the people that I gave the gift to, Isagenix. They are shocked with some of the side effects. So I learned within the last 3 weeks to a month that when you introduce Isagenix and they get their product and you go through the product, are you still there?
Yes.
Yeah. Explain some of the side effects. I know a couple that I've signed on that they got really, really scared and backed off. So that's another little kind of a tip, that you explain some of the side effects right away.
Can you
Because
explain
having
the
headache-
side effects? So if someone had not had experience with Isagenix and they found this on YouTube, they may not be knowing what you're talking about as far as side effects. And I think just to preempt it is that when we, our bodies tend to be really toxic unless we're living in a bubble. So when we do something different, obviously in order for things to change, things have to change. So can you just explain a little bit about what it is that you're speaking to? Is it headaches, nausea, that kind of thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. So it's just headaches and kind of hot.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing, whatever. So I think that was something that I learned in the last couple of weeks, that you need to bring that to their attention.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's where using the tools, we have some incredible tools available. When we do a welcome email, it's always good to include.
Right? So let them not to be scared that this is normal.
Yeah, sorry, you guys cut out there a bit. Okay, I'll go. Yeah, exactly, that it is normal. And I think that's where when we are sharing tools with them and doing the welcome email, that they do get the information that they need as far as what to expect, right? Yeah, good point. Good point. Let's see if we get you back here.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Do you want to wrap it up? Just in
Sorry
case you're
about that. It's the bad connection.
It's because you're so far away.
Yeah. I just want to say one fast thing before we go. You're going to come across people where they drill you with questions. Whatever, and you just answer the questions. There is lots of stuff out there, Isagenix, and see what it does for you, and give them the options of sending it back if it doesn't work for you or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, completely. Yeah, I heard someone yesterday say you can't take your month's worth of groceries, keep all the wrappers, take it back to the grocery store, and say this didn't work for me, and then get your money back, right? Whereas that's one thing with Isagenix is they have that opportunity. Well, you guys are like, it's like we can feel your energy through the screen, even though we've had some trouble with our connection. I'm so grateful to you guys for being here with us. and sharing, you know, what it is that you're so excited and so passionate about. You guys are, you know, it's just volumes of belief coming from the two of you, and it's really hard not to be believers with what Isagenix can do for people and for families. You know, you have a start-age son yourself, so I can only imagine how excited you are for him and what this can do for you guys, you know, financially, and for him as well in his future, you know, starting out, heading into his, you know, college career, whatever he's doing next. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. And I would love to open it up to you guys. If you guys can, you know, give it up for Laura and Steve. Whoop, whoop. Let's give them a big start. Thank you. And if you guys have any questions or shares for them, can you please, let's just get into a quick little Q&A here for Sabrina or for Laura and Steve, and then we can get wrapping it up. You guys want to throw anything out at them? Any questions or anything that was an aha for you guys?
Hey, Tinya, it's Trev.
Hey, Trev.
Hey, I love what they were saying, and she cut in and out just a little bit about some of the side effects, and I think it's just being realistic with people, and some of the side effects are good side effects. Actually, many of the side effects are great.
Yeah.
So it's just, you know, when we see those, and, you know, we've had some little tips, like a little bit of Himalayan sea salt and, you know, under the tongue for a couple things, and then like the next day, it's like the light bulb turns on. It's like, man, like I was in such a poor shape in my body for so long. You know, one day of having a bit of discomfort, you know, I'm feeling so much better. So I think when we see those, and then we see the next day the light bulb goes on, it's just like they're blown away. So I love that side of it. Yeah,
and you know what, you guys, speaking as a healthcare practitioner, water. That is people's biggest mistake when they get started, because what Isagenix does is it naturally allows our body to pull the toxins out. But if we don't have enough fluid in our system, because people are dehydrated to begin with, you don't know you're dehydrated until you're already feeling like you're way beyond hydration when you're feeling thirsty. So that's where people have to drink at least half their body weight in ounces of water per day as a minimum. That's for basic function, guys. Basic function, half your body weight in ounces of water. And that's not shakes. That's not tea. That's just water, okay? And ideally, you should be drinking pound per ounce of how much you weigh in pounds of ounces per water each day. And that is one of the biggest, I think makes a big difference for a lot of people, because that will really help them feel so much better just on its own with just drinking more water. So great points. Thanks, Trevor. Okay, guys, any other ahas or any other shares that you'd love to, you know, or any gratitude you want to give to our speakers today? We'll take two more.
Hey, Lauren, Steve, Tinya, it's Jen.
Hey, Erin, you go first, babe, and then Jen.
Okay, just wanted to say how nice it was to hear that East Coast accent. I love hearing that accent, and I think I speak for all the people, all the smiles that are happening right now. We need more East Coast accents in our world and on our call. So you represent. You guys take it and you run with it, and you can feel your passion in your heart through that. And I also want to say thanks to Sabrina. Maybe next time you could sing your 30-second story. I'd love to hear that.
Exactly. That's awesome. Thanks, Erin. And you guys, if you haven't seen the new, I'll call you out in a sec, one sec. If you guys haven't seen the new experience or the new Isagenix video, the Canadian video, Erin and her family are highlighted in that video, as well as many other great families who we all know. I get choked even thinking about that video because we know them. It's so real and it's just so inspirational. So if you haven't seen that video, be sure to check it out and share it with your friends and people that you know, and just say, you know what, these are some of my peeps. So awesome. Jen, did you wanted to do a share there?
Yeah, I just wanted to say to Laura and Steve that I'm so proud of you guys, and I feel like a mama bear sitting here watching you, and you're just stepping out, and I'm just so proud of you. So you did a great job, and it's, again, like Erin said, it's so nice to see everybody on the call and all the smiles, and just know that we're a big family. So it's great to be here tonight.
There you go, guys. There you go, Sabrina.
Awesome. Anyone else want to jump in? Any last thoughts before we close out?
Yeah, I just wanted to jump in there.
Hey, John.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you? Welcome.
Hey, Laura and Steve. How you guys doing? I wanted to just express gratitude. I sent it in the little chat there, but I just wanted to express gratitude to Laura and Steve. They're an amazing couple. Had the privilege to meet them out there, and Laura is like a third cousin of mine, like down in the family chain of because I'm from the East Coast as well in Newfoundland. So you guys look amazing. Love hearing your story, and like Jen just said, very proud of you guys. You guys look amazing, doing amazing things. So happy for you.
Thank you so much, John.
That's awesome. Thanks, you guys. Well, it's so fantastic to have all of you guys here. Big gratitude to each and every one of you for making time to be here. I'm sure that you took some great value from tonight's call. So we are going to take a break next Sunday night because it is our May 2-4 weekend. All right, so get that 2-4 box of Ionics out. Get that hangover cure for those of you that might be whipping it up a little bit. Ionics, cleanse, and replenish. For those that maybe perhaps need a little hydration. So the next call is going to be on May the 29th. Okay, so mark your calendars, share with your team. This is a training call, so this is for all START peeps or START graduates like myself that want to come on out. As I said, Erin is going to be gracing us with her presence, and I'm so excited to learn from Erin because I know I just was so impressed and just so empowered by you sharing on this stage at Red and White in Vancouver as well as in Toronto. And also we've got Seamus will be back, and he will be going through, speaking about Replenish, he'll be talking to us about that and why it's so valuable, especially going into the summer. For all ages, as well as he's going to be talking to us about the comp plan, okay, which is really key. So if you're having some troubles, sharing U plus 2, them plus 2, and knowing the Canadian dollar amounts on some of those things, and you want to hear Seamus share it, because we can learn from everyone. We can always take something new. Then please join us back here on the 29th, and for sure bring your team. It's so awesome to see. We've got 34 people here. We've been cranking it out like 30, 40 people, and I'm just absolutely loving it. Just a reminder, Star Canada YouTube channel has got all of the recordings. So if you want to share any of them with your friends, and your teammates, please do so. And again, don't forget that we're still taking contributions, so you can share that with people as well for gift cards, as well as for the GoFundMe. Yeah, we'll do the photo, Trev, no worries. So just remember to share that, because, this is when it's going to be months before these guys are back in their homes or have houses again. So, they're looking to replace a lot of the basics that they do require. I'm sure they've learned that they don't need half the crap they had in their houses, and I'm sure we would learn the same thing if that was our situation. However, there's things that they're going to need to have, to function as families and that kind of thing, and to grow their businesses. So let's do what we can to continue to support our friends in Fort Murray. Okay, I love you guys. We're going to do a big super screenshot here. So if you guys that are hiding want to come out and we can get a screenshot. We're going to have to do it twice because we have 2 screens of people. That's a challenge. All right, you guys, so open your video up if you don't mind popping on the screen here. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to go to the next screen. Hang tight.
This is awesome. We need 2 screens.
I know, right? It's pretty sweet. Okay, those of you that are in video, are hiding in video, and I don't really want to take a picture of just your little gray face there. So if you guys are hidden, if you don't mind opening up your video, that would be awesome. No pressure. Okay, you guys are on. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, you guys are the best. Okay, you guys, super gratitude, big love to all of you, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Rocking it. Bye, Tinya.
Thank you, Tinya.
You guys are welcome. Whoop, whoop. Congrats to all the new Crystal directors, by the way, and go for that Crystal exec. Let's rock that, you guys. Have a great night. I'll be the last one. Sometimes people like to hang around. No one wants to say goodbye. Laura and Steve, thank you again.
Thanks, Tina.
Yeah, you're welcome.